Hi guys, this is part 7 now, to do with going over my notes with the consultation I have that I had with Eileen Duran, the detox specialist that I paid for a couple of months ago. And I've got to a certain stage in the detox process that I can talk about this in more detail of my experience of what I've noticed. And the last film that I made was nearly 20 minutes long, and I would say the second half I talked a lot about detoxifying and citrus fruits and how that affected my mental emotional aspects of me, and how even though I'm still on stage 1 detox when it comes to still eating a bit of cooked food but having raw salads that are savoury with leaves as well as the fruit, that I'm working really well with that. When it comes to dealing with the emotional side of things, that I'm kind of slowing down with how much I'm detoxing with the food that I'm putting in my body. So I'm not doing 100% juicing, for example, or at the smoothie stage all day, for example, because I feel like I can't do that because I have so much coming up emotionally, that I am slowing down my detox so that I can deal with the emotional stuff at a kind of pace that I can handle. And so that's kind of the learning process that I've been going through, and how I'm kind of dealing with that, and those ups and downs and those levels. So how much do I detox? How much do I experience? How difficult is it? What am I going to eat right now in relation to what I'm going through emotionally and physically? So if you want to hear more about that, then please watch the second half of part 6 of this series that I'm doing at the moment. Also, don't forget to subscribe if this kind of natural healing using herbs, using food is interesting for you, and press the likes, share this this series, this playlist that I'm making, and this film to any friends you feel that this could be beneficial for, and then press the likes and comment about any of these things. Today I'm talking about malabsorption in the colon. I'm talking about mucus, the GI tract, pancreas weakness, acidosis in the rib cage, pain, skin rings, etc. I'm going to go through all of that right now. So let's get started. Hang on, I just need to take a deep breath. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I'm really struggling today. So yeah, breathing is not easy. Okay, so malabsorption. So that's obviously in the digestive system, the colon, the small intestines, the large intestines, and how I take the nutrients from the food that I'm eating. Now, if you know from the past, I've done loads of films about being low in iron. And if you're low in any of these kind of macro or micro minerals and vitamins, then if that's showing up in your blood work, then it's going to be related to malabsorption. So for me, I've got mucoid plaque buildup and that kind of thickness on the inside of the walls of the colon. And in the report that Eileen Duran did for me, she actually pinpointed the specific parts of my colon that needed working on. So for me, it was the bit where it comes, not the upward part, but where it changes direction here, going across here. Also, I've got a lot of work that needs doing, and going down. Okay, so those for me are the 3 areas that I'm working on. So I'm just going to turn the lights on, it's too dark for me. Okay, so I've gone for ultimate coziness with this. Moving on. So yeah, I've got a lot of mucus in my digestive area, which I need to clear out. And now that I've been doing fruit for you know, as part of my diet for maybe 4.5 months now, that I'm actually it's starting to come out that end in my stools, and it's less coming out of my nose and coughing it up, and it's more coming out the other end. So I think that's a positive. It shows that what I'm doing is working through my system all the way down to the other end, and that the mucus is being cleared. So that's really, really positive from a detox point of view. So we talked briefly about the pancreas weakness that I have, and that there is a Dr. Morse formula especially for the pancreas, and I have decided not to go ahead and buy all those different Dr. Morse formulas because I found it too expensive for me. So instead I'm picking out the first or second herb of the formulas, and I'm buying those separately and taking those separately, and for me that's more financially viable. So I also have a lot of acidosis in my rib cage, she says, and I was like, in my rib cage? How do you get it in your rib cage? And I was thinking, but surely that's like bone, but maybe it's around the bone and just like generally in that area. And I can actually at the moment feel that a lot, especially down low on both sides. And so I think, you know, that's starting to get moving now in that area with the detoxifying that I'm doing. I don't really know what liver pain feels like. That's probably something I need to look up, but she said I will feel that as well as part of this process, like a pulling pain, she said. Now moving on to skin rings. I've got quite... My skin rings are actually getting less dark and less thick and less intense around my eyes. And I must be already working really well because basically every single day I'm dry brushing before I get in a hot cold shower, and that must already be working the skin. In fact, I have a film about getting the skin to get rid of the toxins via the pores of the skin, and using saunas and steam rooms and all of that side of things. So if you're interested more about skin rings and detoxifying the skin, I've spoken about 10 minutes long all about that in that film. So please find that if you need to. So yeah, talking more about the intestines, she said that I would have mucus on top of them and around them, as well as within the walls of my intestines. So that whole area of junk needs to be got rid of and come out, you know, via the kidneys, via all the 4 different stages of elimination. Also, she said that I would be leaching calcium out of my tissues, and I can see that in my teeth as well at the moment. I've got really severe, well, it's becoming more severe day by day, receding gums, and that's to do with calcium leaching. And I would personally have that in my teeth very easily because a lot of my congestion is in my head and my face and my jaw and all this whole upper region of my body, and so it's going to be noticed in my teeth. So I'm doing a lot of swilling of what's it called? So I get bicarbonate of soda, and I put a couple of dustings in the bottom of my cup, and then I put about this much of water in, and then I just swish around my mouth about 5 times, and then I spit it out. And she said if you've just had an orange or you just had a juice or whatever, then don't brush your teeth straight afterwards. It's not good to do that because the enamel on your teeth is kind of sensitive, and more, what would you call it, more prone to being kind of rubbed off. So you need to wait to brush your teeth quite a while afterwards. That's why it's really good to do the swilling directly after eating, that kind of thing. And what I'd really love to do actually to help me is to get one of those thick straws, so that when I'm drinking those citric juices that it goes straight to the back of my throat and doesn't really go on my teeth so much. So that's something I need to buy and get to help me as part of this process. 10 minutes, what else can I talk about briefly so that I don't bore the hell out of you? Hopefully I'm not doing that. Oh yes, just briefly I'll talk about the GI broom. So that's another Dr. Morse powder that you take, and I actually haven't bought, but I think I will do, because one of the first things is psyllium husk, which I am doing, and psyllium husk before bed, just once a day, is really good to get all the bowels moving the next morning when you wake up, and to get rid of the junk and the stuff that you really don't need in your digestive system. But I'm running low on that because I've been using like a tablespoon or more per night, and the GI broom has loads of other beneficial herbs in that really gets more mucus out than just the psyllium husk on its own. So I am actually going to try a bag of that and see how it works for me. I feel like maybe I could heal possibly a little bit quicker if I do that. So yeah, when I buy that, I'll tell you how it goes and if how that works for me differently to just using the psyllium husk. So I've done nearly 12 minutes, so I'm at the bottom of page 5. I've still got like 7 pages. Oh, just the top of the 7th page, that's where this ends. So I've still got a couple more films to do on this, and I would say that, yeah, if this is still interesting for you and you're learning more every film that I do and every film that you watch, then please subscribe and click the likes for me and support me with this process, and comment to do with any of this malabsorption and intestinal stuff that I've been talking about. If that relates to you, then maybe I can help you in the comments and reply back to you. So I'll see you on the next film. Bye.